Hi there, and thanks for tuning in to listen to me go on about real estate SEO. If you're watching this video through the article on our website, then I hope you enjoyed reading it, if you did read it. If you're watching this directly on YouTube, then there's a link to the article in the description. It is much more detailed and better for people who learn more from reading. If you find this video helpful, then I would truly appreciate it if you would hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more content all about real estate websites, CRM software, and marketing, then subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification button. Right, okay. SEO is far and away the most important real estate marketing strategy that exists today. And in this video, I'm going to break it all down for you so you can get started yourself. I'm going to talk about what real estate SEO is, why it's important, how much it costs, the pros and cons of going it alone or hiring an agency, how much SEO you should do, how long it takes to work, and of course, how to do it correctly and profitably. So what is real estate SEO? First, we need to define SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. And that is simply the practice of optimizing a website or online presence to improve its visibility and ranking in search engine results. It involves implementing various strategies and techniques that help search engines understand and appreciate the relevance and value of a website's content. So the goal of real estate SEO is to attract organic traffic from search engines like Google, Bing, and Yahoo. By optimizing the content, technical score, on-page and off-page SEO, real estate professionals aim to increase their online visibility, reach a broader audience, and generate more targeted leads. It's super important because as the weeks, months, and years start to pass, more and more people will move online. And if you're not showing up to them in search, you will miss out on their business. Not to mention that all the work you produce through SEO is yours to keep and acts as a foundation for your website and business to build on. Whereas most forms of pay-per-click and paid advertising are only working for you while you're paying. One of the most frequent questions I get at Respacio from new clients is how much does SEO cost? The biggest mistake most people make is assuming there is only a financial cost, because that is not the case. If you decide to do SEO on your own, it's true, there would be a much lower burden financially, but the time cost would be enormous, especially in the beginning when you're learning and testing. These are some of the questions to ask yourself when trying to determine the cost of real estate SEO for you. Are you going to do it by yourself or hire an agency? How bad is your current technical SEO? How often will you update your keyword research? At what frequency will you update the content marketing plan? How much outreach and promotion of the content will be done to achieve backlinks? How many pieces of content will you produce each month? And will you include blog videos in these pieces of content? Just remember, the content creation portion is similar to a tap. The more you turn it on, the more comes out. So you decide how much it costs in the end. This brings us to the age-old question. Should I do SEO on my own or should I outsource? For me, this is an easy answer. Hire an expert. Why wouldn't you? In our lives, we hire experts all the time. In fact, we never stop hiring experts. Lawyers, hairdressers, accountants, investment advisors, beauticians, sports coaches, life coaches, business coaches, and the list goes on. So why with real estate SEO, which is so important to the success or failure of your agency, would you all of a sudden think you could handle it on top of what must already be a huge workload? Now, don't get me wrong. I have seen some people that were able to run their company, help their staff, talk to clients, sell property, list property, and take care of all the other business admin tasks, as well as a huge undertaking of SEO. But they are few and far between, and to be honest, more often than not, they end up burning out. So at the end of the day, it is simple. Doing it yourself might seem cheaper, but really it will cost you way more down the road in lost time. Now, if you are just starting out in business and are running a tight budget, then yes, maybe it's better to start by doing it yourself and learning all the ins and outs of it. But as soon as you free up some budget for marketing, that's the first and only place it should go. So how much SEO should you do and how long does it take to work? Well, those two answers really depend on each other. The more content you create, the faster you will get results. And the more you promote that content, the more high quality backlinks you will get, and in turn, the better your results will be. Now keep in mind that the industry says it can take anywhere from 3 to 12 months for consistent SEO to start providing good results. But you can sometimes speed that up with more specific keyword targeting. So using things like short lists and location pages can get you some quicker and higher quality results. There is no real exact answer to how long it will take, but rest assured, if you produce high quality, well-researched content consistently, you will get big payoffs. And as far as how much should be done, well, I always say Do as much as you can possibly fit into your budget. Having too many leads is a problem any business would like to have, so don't worry about it and just keep creating. Now, before we move on to the how-to part of the video, I just wanted to say thank you for watching this far. It means the world to all of us at Respacio that you find this content helpful. And if you do find it helpful, please like this video as it helps us immensely. Okay, here we go. How to do real estate SEO. In this section of the video, I'm going to take you through our process at Respacio for carrying out real estate SEO for our clients. It involves three main phases: learning and research, planning, and action. Each of these phases has different subsections and steps to follow, and I'm going to explain it all to you here today. The learning and research phase is the part of the process that gives you all the information and knowledge you need to carry out the rest of the phases confidently and efficiently. There are a few stages to cover here: imagining the ideal client, local industry, keyword research, current website technical health, and on-page and off-page SEO audits. When doing any kind of marketing, it's absolutely imperative that you have an idea of whom you're marketing to. It is very hard to produce high-performing content if you aren't really targeting anyone very specific. At Respacio, we always start with the ideal client. There are several ways to start building this persona, but a good place to begin is by thinking of that one client you have had in the past that made you say, if we could just get 1,000 more of them, we would be set. This sounds like it would be an ideal client for your business. The important part is to write down the description of this fictitious persona and make it as real as possible. The trick here is that the more detail and realism you give it, the better the exercise will work. You will want to have all the basics like gender, name, age, interest, marital status, etc. But if you go a little further and really put yourself into their shoes, you can start to understand and write down their biggest pain points, what their typical day might be like, what motivates their buying decisions, and anything else that again will make them even more real and lifelike. Once you have this completed, you will be in a much stronger position to create content for the people you want to do business with. And remember that these ideal clients are just like real people that evolve, grow, and change. So you need to update the profile as often as possible using the experience and interactions from inside your business. So now that you have this crystal clear, realistic picture of your target audience, you need to familiarize yourself with the area where they live and where you do business. Knowing the local area will tell you how your ideal client is living and what life is like for them. Market trends, local events, population statistics, marriage and divorce rates, and government news updates are all things that can assist you even further in crafting great content for your SEO. Now you're ready for keyword research. This is the cornerstone of all real estate SEO, and nothing is more important. I need to say that again so you really understand it. Nothing, and I mean nothing, is more important than keyword research. Your SEO results will be a direct reflection of the quality of your keyword list. Now, how do you do keyword research? Well, with your ideal client in mind, there's a few different methods to building a great keyword list. The first is what we like to call a brain dump. This is where you imagine that you are your ideal client and you're in need of your services. What would you be typing into search engines? Make a list of as many of these as you can think of. Now, if you then start Googling some of these keywords, you will see that in the search results pages, there are sections like people also search for and related searches that are a great resource to add keywords to the list. You can also use software such as SE Ranking, SEMrush, Google Keyword Planner, or Ahrefs to get lists of similar keywords. There are now also AI tools on the market such as ChatGPT or Meet Bard that are excellent keyword research tools. Just give them the whole list you have made and ask for more, and voila, you will have them. You will also want to add the most popular locations or the locations you want to target the most into the keyword list. The best method in the beginning is to make the keyword property for sale in location. Do yourself a favor and Google some of your locations in that format and just have a poke around at the results, and you will see how quality these terms can be. So far you have a pretty clear picture of who your ideal client is, where and how they live, and what they search for online if they need your services. Now comes the more technical part of learning and research. This is where you need to get to know your website and how it performs, or doesn't perform. You will look at technical health as well as on-page and off-page SEO. Even though keywords and content creation is most of what drives real estate SEO, if your site is not technically sound and cannot pass Core Web Vitals among other technical tests, all of your efforts won't matter. Luckily, if you address these technical issues once, all that will be required moving forward is maintenance. Similar to a car, if you treat it well and give it the service and updates it requires, it will run the way it should for a long time. At Respacio, we use an array of tools and software to understand every aspect of technical SEO, but at the end of the day, our highly qualified techs make these tools and software work. My advice to you is to hire an expert for this job. Even if you plan on doing SEO on your own, get someone with the right skills and knowledge to assess and fix your website's technical health. The last thing you want to be doing is going down a website technical rabbit hole. Trust me. For on-page SEO, you will need to go through your site one page at a time and look for these things. Number 1, SEO title. Is there one? Does it have the targeted keyword at the beginning if possible? Is it relevant to the content on the page? Is it the ideal character length? Number 2, meta description. Is there one? Does it have the target keyword at the beginning if possible? Does it marry with the SEO title, and is it below the recommended character length? Number 3, URL. Does the URL for the page match the SEO title or match closely enough? Is the URL small and easy to read? Number 4, images. Is the alt text relevant to the content on the page and to the image itself and have the targeted keyword in it? Is there a title for the image with the targeted keyword in it? Number 5, videos. Are all the videos on the site embedded from your YouTube channel? Is a video schema used to signal search engines? Are all the appropriate fields included for the video schema, like title and description, with the keyword in it? Number 6, internal and external links. Are there any broken links? Are all the anchor text for the outbound links relevant to the link destination without generic link terms like click here and link? Now you're at the end of learning and research and need to investigate the off-page SEO of your site. This is where you need to check up on the quality of the activity happening outside of your website to enhance your domain's authority and rank. This is generally judged by the quantity and quality of your backlinks. There is software such as SE Ranking, Ahrefs, and SEMrush that can give you excellent backlink reporting and tracking. Backlinks are external links on other websites pointing to your website. This is very important to pay attention to because backlinks from other websites act as a form of approval to search engines. That's why I say check the quality as well as the quantity, because the more reputable the referring source, the better the results will be. Well, that learning and research phase seems like a long and exhaustive process, and we're only a third of the way through the how to do real estate SEO portion of the video. But it's so important because by this time you are so much more educated about the clients you will be marketing to with your SEO efforts, what they are searching for online, and the current status of your website technically and SEO wise. You are now ready to move on to the planning phase of real estate SEO. You might be thinking, can't I just go from learning and research to action and just get on with it? As with everything in business and life, to be successful and efficient, you need a plan. We are going to go through the planning phase quite quickly, so don't worry. And we also have some downloadable Google Sheet templates to make it even easier for you. There are 3 main plans that you need to have in order to be ready to get your real estate SEO producing for you: keyword distribution plan, site optimization plan, and content marketing action plan. You will also want to make sure you have a roadmap and timeline set out for any technical updates as well. The keyword distribution plan will organize what keywords will be targeted on which pages of the website. You don't want to target the exact same keyword on 2 separate pages, and this plan will keep that from happening. Also, once every current page has a defined target keyword or keywords, you have the beginnings of the content marketing action plan in place, but more on that in a minute. The site optimization plan is a list of every page on your website with all the information you discovered in the on-page SEO step of learning and research. So you will see what the pages need and what they already have, so you can start adding things and checking them off as you do. Remember, we investigated and found out about SEO titles, meta descriptions, URLs, images, videos, and link statuses. You can make your own sheet for this purpose or use the template my team at Respacio created. There's a link in the description to download it. The last plan to create is a big one and will serve as your content roadmap, the content marketing action plan. This is where you will plot out what kinds of content will be created, when it will be created, what assets are needed to create it, and where it will be distributed. Between this and the keyword list, you will have your ever-growing and adapting real estate SEO nucleus. A typical plan will be laid out in a table with a list of keywords to be targeted in the first column and with the details of how and with what assets those keywords will be targeted to the right. Again, you can make your own sheet up to put your plan in, or you can download and use our template. I have added a download link for you in the description. All right, almost there. It's time to put it all into action. The last phase of doing real estate SEO, action. So to recap, we started with learning and research, where you found out who your ideal client is, what their life is like, what they are searching for online when in need of your services, and the current status of your website technically and for SEO. Then we moved on to putting all that information we learned into well laid out plans to be acted on in the last phase. First step of the action phase is to optimize the site. So we want to ensure every page has an SEO title that is in line with the targeted keyword and is less than the viewable maximum of 55 to 60 characters. Then we want to edit or write meta descriptions for each page, making sure the targeted keyword is included and the length is below the viewable maximum of 150 to 160 characters. A pro tip here is to put the targeted keyword at the beginning of the SEO title and meta description for best results. You want to then add alt text to all the images, or at least the featured image of every page, to let search engines know what the image is and what it represents. And make sure the keyword is included. Then you want to create a video structured data markup schema to let search engines know about your embedded videos. This could also be on the technical SEO section, but really it's on-page SEO optimization. This needs to include details such as title, description, video length, upload date, and thumbnail. As you edit, add, and create all these items, make sure you indicate them as completed on the plan as you go. That way you can see your progress and be sure everything gets done. Once that is all complete and the site is optimized, you're ready to create new content according to the Content Marketing Action Plan. This is really the beef of real estate SEO, content creation. Creating great, valuable content that will answer the questions people are searching for in search engines. It is quite important to remember that the quality and accuracy of your content is more valuable than ever. Gone are the days when writing a substandard piece of content littered with keywords would give you authority. Google is getting smarter and smarter, and their mission is for you to find the answer you are looking for in search as fast as possible. That means they don't want you to have to check lots and lots of search results to get the one that you need. This means that the content they return to people searching has to be very, very good. This is where modern day real estate SEO comes in. You either have to be a dedicated and talented content creator, or you contract the services of a content creation agency, like Respacio. The different forms of content I will talk to you about today are written, video, and images. By the end of this section, you will have a basic overview of how to create each of these. Written content can be in the form of blog articles, location pages, shortlist pages, FAQs, or main page or category page content. The main thing to remember is that no matter which type of content you are writing, make sure you are optimizing for the target keyword. This means having it distributed throughout the text correctly and using it in enough headings and subheadings. But keep in mind that your writing needs to be a good mix of strategically placed keywords and useful and valuable content. That is the quickest way to SEO success, to be genuine, to be you, and provide value. In the article, which is linked in the description, you can find my process outlined if you want some inspiration when trying to create your process. There is no more arguing or denying the fact that video content is the future of digital marketing. People gravitate towards video, and as a result, so do search engines. Google, for instance, owns YouTube, so if you're embedding videos into your website from your YouTube channel, you will gain authority quicker. There's a lot of advice out there about what kinds of videos to make, and some of it is conflicting. In my opinion, videos with real people in them talking about their products and services are by far the most effective videos. It connects you to the viewers in a way that videos made from stock footage just can't. But if you're just not comfortable with being on camera yet, then yes, videos made from stock footage and images are better than no videos at all. But you will want to get comfortable with your uncomfortable in a hurry and get in front of that camera and make some videos for long-lasting success with digital marketing. The last type of content is image content. Images are used all throughout your real estate SEO and serve many different purposes. They can break up a blog's or a page's content by being scattered throughout the body, making the piece easier to read, thus decreasing bounce rate. Don't forget to always add the title and alt text with the targeted keyword. This is very important. Also, every YouTube video you make will need a thumbnail, and you will want to stay away from standard auto-generated thumbnails that are a still image of some part of the video. Make something that stands out and sets you apart. Have a look at these two thumbnails I did for a couple of our YouTube videos. You can also use infographics like this one to help explain processes in a way that make it fun and easy for people to understand. Alright, now that's a long video, and I really hope it was useful to you and you learned something. So now you should know what real estate SEO is, why it's important, how much it costs, if you should do it on your own or hire an agency, how much of it you should do, how long it takes to work, and how to do it profitably and effectively. And in the how-to section, we covered the 3 main phases of real estate SEO, which are learning and research, planning, and action. We covered things like imagining your ideal client, keyword research, site optimization, content planning, writing content and creating videos, and images. Thank you again for watching, and I do sincerely appreciate you watching until the end. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. See you next time, and remember, always be exceptional.